What's up, everyone? My name is Michael DeLu. All right, and I want to thank you for even clicking on this episode of my podcast. Before I get to the episode, I would just like to ask that if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, comment on the video because it helps me tremendously in obtaining my long-term goals. All right, enjoy the episode.
Let's go! Yes, sir! Yes! I'm here! Let's get it! All right, my name is Michael DeLu. Today is Monday, June 21st, okay? Monday, June 21st. I'm recording live from Los Angeles, California, and let's just get right into the show. There's so much to discuss, so much to talk about. And you guys know my policy with anything. I always give credit to where credit is due first, and then I proceed to do what y'all come here to see me do. All right. So the first thing on today's agenda, all right, is the Hawks versus the Sixers. Okay. So Game 7 was yesterday, and the Hawks, the underdogs, prevailed in a 103-96 matchup on Father's Day. Okay. And the first person I want to give credit to where credit is due. And I don't know if his name will be said or spoken about a lot in today's media or whatever, but if not, I'm gonna show him love and credit because he deserves it. Kevin Huerter had 27 points and 7 rebounds on 10 of 18 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3. The Atlanta Hawks would not have won yesterday's game without his contribution. Okay, he was a nigga yesterday. Kevin Huerter was him, all that, okay? And what I really liked about him was how aggressive he was from the start. He was hella aggressive. Look, he started the game, and anytime he had Seth Curry on him, he has about 4-5 inches on him. Kevin Huerter's 6'7". Seth is probably like 6'2", 6'3", maybe, somewhere in between. Bro, he was attacking his little ass every time he got the ball. He did not give him any breaks, nothing. He was on his ass. He was giving it to him. He was putting him in the mix, beating him off the dribble, spot up, getting to the rack. Kevin Huerter was him last night, okay? Salute to him. Shout out to him. He played a great game. Trae Young had 21 points, 10 assists. He shot terribly last night, but when his team needed him the most, he provided big buckets. He hit a dagger 3 that Ben Simmons went under the screen in the fourth quarter. That was really a decisive pinnacle moment for the game. Like I said, Trae didn't shoot the best. He shot 5 of 23 from the field, 2 of 11 from 3, but obviously he hit a really big 3 when it mattered the most. And one of the things that I'm really excited for and happy for Trae is kind of like he's just like kind of just branching off away from that whole, like, for a long time. I wouldn't say a long time, like Trae's been in the league for a very long time, but for the majority of Trae's career so far, he's just been referred to as, he was the dude that the Hawks traded for. The Hawks traded him. The Hawks traded Luka Doncic. The Hawks traded away Luka Doncic for him, and since this is Trae's first playoff run, and in that, Trae's already won more playoff series than Luka Doncic. I mean, hindsight is 2020. I mean, Luka has played better teams, but I mean, I don't know. Actually, we'll see about that. He's won 2 playoff series. Luka has 0. He's gotten to a conference finals. Luka hasn't gotten to the second round of the playoffs. And honestly, Trae's averaging like 29 and 10 in all the playoff games he's played in. He's played in 12 playoff games, 5 in the first round, 7 in the second round, 12, and he's averaging like about 28, 29 and 10, and that's incredible. And he's shooting very efficiently. And honestly, man, I'm genuinely happy for Trae Young because his first 2 seasons in the league, he just puts up good numbers. His team fucking sucks. Honestly, the Hawks are surprising me. The Hawks are way better. I have to emphasize way better than I thought. If Tom Thibodeau wanted to, he could send Nate McMillan his coach of the year trophy I mean, I don't think that would be it. I wouldn't see any issue with that because I honestly think a lot of props and credit needs to go to him as well. He coached an incredible game. I mean, it's not too hard to coach against Doc Rivers, though. I mean, hey, a fucking 4-year-old can do that shit. Danilo Gallinari had 17 points, 5 rebounds off 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. He hit a clutch 3. He forced an amazing turnover on Joel Embiid that became the decisive moment of the game, which allowed the Sixers to go up 6 in the closing stages of the game, which is effectively and essentially sealed the game. John Collins also poured in 14 points and 16 rebounds. I want to salute the Atlanta Hawks for playing such a great game. I wanted them to win because I really do fuck with their team and what they have going on, but I just didn't see it happening because I just thought the Sixers would come to show up, come to play, and handle business. But obviously that didn't happen. And it's time to rip these niggas. I am about to rip the fuck out of the Sixers. Let's get it. Joel Embiid had 31 points, 11 rebounds, 11 of 21 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Great game. Tobias Harris had 24 points, 14 rebounds, 8 of 24 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. Seth Curry, who has been up to yesterday's game, in my opinion, the Sixers' most significant player and consistent. I apologize. I said significant. Consistent player. That's what I meant to say. The Sixers' most consistent player. Not significant. He went 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. He went 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. But one of the major things that needs to be discussed is just, and I mentioned it earlier, he was getting toasted on defense. He can't guard anybody. Seth, I fuck with you. I am so happy that you had an amazing season. I'm so happy that you balled in the playoffs this year. But barbecue my brother every time. It didn't matter who he was guarding. That person was aggressive and trying to take him to the basket or looking to create their shot or looking to get a shot off. It seemed like no one respected him as the defender whatsoever. But if I don't want to address that and and throw that to the back burner, again, he had multiple 30-point games in the series, multiple 20-point games in the series. I think this might have been his lowest scoring output the entire series. But nevertheless, he still was, in my opinion, the most consistent player that the Sixers have fielded in this series. It's crazy to think that the Sixers would have gotten swept or lost in 5 if not for picking up this dude in the offseason, because he by far was their most consistent player this series. If they did not have him, man, some games they would have got ugly if they didn't have Seth. Seth went off for 30 in game 3, game 5. Man, Seth did his shit. Seth has earned his keep, earned his money, earned his stake, all that shit, man. Doc Rivers, overrated as shit. This season was a failure. You leave the Clippers and somehow they're able to make it to the conference finals. So that says I've always thought Doc Rivers was a little overrated, but man, time and time again, he convinces me that it's true. It's true. He's an expert at just not making adjustments and just watching big leads just evaporate. Like this, that is a consistent thing that happens to him. In the most critical games, of the series, the Sixers had huge leads going into the fourth quarter. Huge leads. And they lost most of the games. Oh my God. The Sixers lost the series in 7 that they honestly, realistically should have won in 5. In 5 games. They should have won this shit in 5 games. They had leads of 18 and 26 in games 4 and 5. And somehow managed to lose both. The series should have, when Atlanta stole game 1, the Sixers win the next 2. That game 4, they were up by 18 at a certain point. They should have went back to Philly up 3-1, and they went back. The series was tied 2-2. Lost the following game in Game 5, and then lost Game 7 on their home court. The Sixers had four home games in this series, and they lost 3 of them. The Sixers had 4 home games in this series, and they lost 3 of them. Pathetic. Pathetic. Just pathetic. And the craziest thing about all this shit is not one of the craziest things, but there's so many, like, all these factors I'm saying are just illustrate how like, oh my God, the Sixers literally this was their best chance. This process they've been talking about for years, where they tanked to draft Embiid and Simmons, and this process that they're talking about, this shit is over with. Since Embiid got drafted, the Cavs have made the Eastern Conference Finals 4 times. The Celtics have made it 3 times. The Bucks have made it twice. The fucking Hawks have made it twice. This process is over, and the Sixers haven't made 1. The process is done. It's over. Oh my God. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid cannot be on the same team moving forward. Barbecue my brother. I'm finna fry the fuck out of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons had 5 points, 8 rebounds, and 13 assists. Okay? But here's the thing. He went 2 of 4 from the field. Ben Simmons in the 4th quarter of the whole series only attempted 3 shots. And 2 of them were in Game 1, and 1 of them was in Game 3. So he had 5 games where he didn't attempt a single shot in the 4th quarter. What the fuck are you thinking? Oh my God, Ben Simmons, why? Ben, why? Ben Simmons, why? Oh my God, why? Why, Ben? Why? Please, please, please never compare Ben Simmons to LeBron James ever again. I used to see all the time, people used to say, oh, if Ben Simmons gets a jumper, he'll be the next LeBron. No! Fuck no! Don't ever say that shit again. Yeah, you know the craziest thing about all this, despite the fact that Ben Simmons was so fucking terrible in the 4th quarter and down the stretch of all these games, Philly still could have won, but they choked it away. The process is over. Trade Ben Simmons. Like, you know what the craziest thing is, man? They have to trade Ben Simmons, but as of right now, Ben Simmons' stock is probably at all-time low. A all-time low. And it's just very sad because I really he's a solid dude. I love the way he carries himself. He's a guy you want to root for, but damn, he might be one of the worst offensive players I've ever seen in my life. And the craziest thing is, Ben Simmons was drafted. It doesn't seem like Ben Simmons has gotten any better since when he first got into the league from LSU. And Ben Simmons is hyped up to be this big defensive stopper. Ben Simmons is not that. Ben Simmons is not that. Ben Simmons looks so good on defense because the people he's guarding are 4 to like 8 inches shorter than him. 4 to like 8 inches shorter than him. And Ben is an athletic freak, so he eats a big dude with great feet. That's why he looked. But oh my God, when shit mattered the most, Trae Young would cook his ass. Cook his ass. Oh my God. That's all I have to say about that. Honestly, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but man, that's rough. That is rough. That's a rough one. I don't know what to say about that one. So I want to get into the next game. So the first game, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, just started yesterday, and the Suns defeated the Clippers 120-114. Okay, great game, and this extends the Suns' win streak to 8 games in the playoffs, okay? They won the last 2 against – no, they won 3 in a row against the Lakers. They won 4 in a row. Obviously, they swept the Nuggets, and this is their first one. So it's 8 in a row. So the Suns is hot. I mean, it's hot in Arizona right now, and the Suns is even hotter. The Suns are even hotter. Devin Booker, 40-point triple-double. 40 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. By far, the best game I've ever seen Ben Simmons play. The best game I've ever seen Ben Simmons play. 15 of 29 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Was rebounding, assisting, involving his teammates, creating shots for them. Went on a tear himself, scored 18 points straight for his team. But Devin Booker is out here, man. And I want to say this. Devin Booker is making Kobe so proud right now, man. I know Kobe's watching like, man, this young boy got it. This young boy got it. Just like me. A killer. On one, nigga. Devin Booker is on one. I love to see it, man. It was one of the things that I loved, that I was so happy to see the most, was that Ben Simmons. No, I keep saying Ben Simmons. I apologize. Devin Booker was taking what the defense gave him, and he was in his bag. And it was, like I said, it was evident in that third quarter performance when he scored 18 straight, and he was hitting contested, tough contested mid-range jumpers. Tough. And then he was walking into pull-up threes. He was in his duffel. DeAndre Ayton, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 10 of 14 from the field. DeAndre Ayton is doing what Rudy Gobert failed to do against the Clippers' small ball lineup. Remain effective. Remain effective. Salute to you, DeAndre Ayton. Salute to you. Miles Bridges, 14 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Jay Crowder, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Cameron Payne, solid game, 11 points, 9 assists, 5 of 10 from the field. All of the Suns starters scored double figures. Great team, great collective win, great team win. Devin Booker showed out. Devin Booker did his shit. Devin Booker is the nigga. I don't understand how Devin Booker didn't make any All-NBA teams. That's a travesty. That's a shame. That's atrocious. I don't know about that one. Paul George had 34 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 10 of 26 from the field, 7 of 15 from 3. And I don't know about this one. I'm not in love with Paul George taking 15 threes. That's a lot of threes. 15 of them? PG, for real? That's a lot, bruh. You don't think so? I mean, I personally would like to see Paul George be more aggressive instead of because if you take away those 15 threes, that's 9 shots. That's 9 shots that he either that's 11 shots that he either shot from from mid range or attacking to the basket only 11 times. It should be like 15, 16 times that he does that, or he should be driving to the basket. Bro, I'm gonna give credit to where credit is due. Paul George has been a nigga for real since Kawhi Leonard went down. Is averaging over 30 since it happened. But one thing I will say is yesterday in the fourth quarter, he kind of just like went ice cold and disappeared. He only had 1 point and went 0-5 from the field, which is a little disheartening. But nevertheless, the Clippers were still in the game. It was still a pretty close game. They could have won per se towards the end. So I can't fault him too much. I mean, he is being aggressive. He is upping his scoring. He is showing out and showing that he can be a capable number one in scoring, which, I mean, like I said, I've always said Paul George is very talented, but most of his shit is just his mindset and he just disappeared in like the most critical games. Reggie Jackson, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 19 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3. Again, I'm not in love with Reggie Jackson taking 12 threes. That's a lot, if you ask me. DeMarcus Cousins showed up, 11 points off the bench, 4 of 10 from field, and that's all she wrote. Okay, so the Suns take game 1 in the best of 7 series. Game 2 will be Tuesday. We'll see how that plays out. My name is Michael DeLu. I want to thank everybody for listening to my podcast. This has been episode 62 of Pull Up the Tape. I can't wait till we get to 100, man. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. Continue to remain blessed. Stay positive. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, and rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Whoa.